Hey guys, this is Izzy.
Wagwan, this is your girl Big Mich. Izzy, we're finally linking up in person.
Yeah, I'm tired of looking like a Lego piece in our Zoom videos.
And I'm tired of it too. The malfunctions behind all of this was a big joke. So we're finally doing this in person. How do you feel about that, Izzy?
Honestly, the last episode we had to edit, I wanted to cry.
Why did you want to cry?
Your Wi-Fi kept cutting off.
Oh gosh.
And then we had to figure out how to put it all together.
First of all, shout out to Tommy. Tommy knows this store. We were having a lot of issues with all of our videos and also with the mics, but thankfully we pulled through. We got the edits together, and it was a good episode. But persons are probably saying, "Yo, these girls are always recording with other persons, and we don't know who they are."
Exactly. So who are you?
These two girls.
Who are you?
So
Big
fun fact, I want to put out there. I grew up in Jamaica for 18 years. And with that
Where
being
were you
said,
born though? Where were you born?
I was born in Canada. Yes, the obvious. I have an accent. Yes, I lived in Jamaica for 18 years. No, I did not meet Bob Marley. No, I did not live by the beach. And no, my favorite meal is not jerk chicken. With that being said,
What's your favorite meal then?
my favorite meal, I would probably say stew peas, rice, and peas. So that's the most Jamaican thing about me.
With pork?
With the pork. Even though I'm not supposed to eat the pork, but with the pork, I would say. But with that being said, yes, I was born in Canada. I was raised in Jamaica for 18 years, and then now I'm here for 6 years. So I am a proud Canadian Jamaican. So that's the story behind me. But what's the interesting fact about you, Izzy?
So we're the opposite. So she was born here, but you were raised there.
Yes.
I was born there, but I was raised here. So I came here when I was 8 or 9. So
Yes.
I don't know how to do the math, but I've been here in Canada for the majority of my life.
Yes.
So we're like the same, but opposites in a way. And then her birthday is March.
Mine is March 10th. Hers is March 8th. So we're almost twins,
Meant to
low-key.
be.
Yeah, so 2 days apart. But should we mention how we met? So I did DM Izzy through a mutual friend. A mutual friend said, "Hey, go hit up, one of my friends who's in Canada." And I said, "Okay, like bet." I ended up DMing her, and here we are now. We're friends doing a podcast together.
Yeah.
And the reason why we're doing this is because we see persons in the entertainment industry in Canada who we believe can do really, really well. We believe in them. We want to push them. We want to see them thrive. And both of us have that in common. We want to see the Canadian industry thrive.
Yeah, it was. So I used to listen to, I still listen to Toronto music a lot. And then Big Mich was the one who said to me one day, she was like, "How come we don't have like a Breakfast Club type radio?
Facts.
Like, why don't we know about the artists here?" And I was like, I think we argued.
Yes, we
I was
did a
telling
little
you,
bit.
I was telling you, like, yes, we do. We have 93.5. But she was like, it's not the same. It's not Breakfast Club, but...
Yes, I feel like the market is very niche in Canada. We don't have a lot of persons who are highlighting everyone here. So definitely, we want to be a part of that. We want to bring everyone on and let's have a discussion. But one thing that I did see online is that Tristan Thompson finally became an American citizen. And I always thought he was a citizen all this time because he was living there. He has a family there. He's taking care of his child. And I always thought he had his citizenship. But what I found very interesting or intriguing is that he said that he finally can live the American dream. So I find that very intriguing because this man is from Brampton.
B-Town.
B-Town, shout out to B-Town, because we both live in Brampton as well. That's an interesting fact. But that's something that I found intriguing at the back of my mind because I'm saying he's been living in Canada for so long. He went to the States and now he's saying he can finally live the American dream.
Yeah,
so
and I think we talked about this, and I said to you, it's because, Trump was in office. Like,
Yeah.
Who wants to be a citizen when Trump is in office?
But I want to talk about what is the American dream? Why is it that everyone think when you go to the States, there's some form of dream over there that they can fulfill?
To be honest, I feel like anything is possible. Like, look who's the vice president.
Yeah.
We have a Jamaican woman
Mm-hmm.
in the
Facts.
house. We had a black president before that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you have more black CEOs there than you have in Canada. So I feel like even though there's like racist issues in America, like anything is still possible. They still respect work ethic. And if you're a hard worker and if you're intelligent, you can make it.
One thing that I found intriguing online, it had the title of "The American Dream is Now the Canadian Dream." They were wondering if the American dream is now the dying dream, and they were thinking that the elevation can be up north, which is Canada. Now, based on that, I saw some form of statistics. Scott Gilmore, who was our former Canadian diplomat, he gave us some stats. So he said 59% of persons in Canada has their college degrees. However, in the States, there's 40%. And then for home ownership, 68% of Canadians own a home versus in the States, there's 63%. But this is just some form of percentile.
So then the stats you're saying is more about like wealth equality, not really about racial equality. Yeah.
So more of living on a land and some form of opportunity, right? So if you want to own a home, there are chances of you getting that home in Canada.
But that's in general.
Versus
So
in
we
the
don't know.
States.
That's the stats of like everybody averaged.
That's
not
average.
the stats of like colored people.
Do you believe that colored people have limited opportunity in Canada?
Yes.
Why do you think so?
I saw an article the other day. I think they published it July 2020, and it said less than 1% of CEOs in Canada, the whole country, less than 1% are, I don't know if it was black or colored.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're such a multicultural society, how come less than 1% of us are CEOs?
Now, I understand if there is a problem through university. University is very expensive. However, we have a lot of immigrants that comes in and pay a lot of money just to get educated, just so they can leave the third world country to build some form of education in a first world country. So, I mean, if we're thinking about the dream in that aspect, I believe that Canada has that dream. We have free healthcare, for God's sake.
Okay, so I feel like here's the issue. We have opportunities, but like for certain of us, it's limited. Like we can all rise, but there's a cap.
And where is that cap?
So for me, like look at the States. How many black mayors do you see?
Not a lot.
In the States.
Oh, in the States,
see a lot.
A whole lot.
How many
As a matter of fact, an entire state has black people. If you ask me.
But like the mayor, the politicians, the CEOs, they're black.
Yeah, there's a lot of black persons
in Canada. I don't even want to say that because we don't know the stats. I'm not trying to sound uneducated, but I just feel like in Canada, it's a bit limited.
I mean, the opportunities.
I'm grateful.
Yeah,
but I just feel like still it's limited.
I believe in face representation. I believe that the states have that over Canada, and they also have freedom of speech. That's why you can see them thrive more and actually build more in the States, in my opinion.
Why do you think we haven't had a black prime minister? Or not even just black, like a colored prime minister?
I have no idea, and I don't want to really speak on that because I do not have the information on that. So I cannot say why.
Multicultural and everyone's equal, and we're what do they call it? It's a quilt of cultures. How come there's no colored prime minister? How come there's no woman prime minister?
You would have to tell me that because you've been here longer, so you would have to tell me.
I'm still trying to find out.
Well, based on what I've seen so far, I have not seen someone very powerful who's colored, but I do see it in the future.
Okay.
So I do see that. But even media-wise, there is some form of American dream. I notice entertainers would like to go to the States.
Of course.
To make some form of money. The money's there, obviously. Mm-hmm. I believe someone told me that the States is ranked as number 1 for the most amount of money in the entertainment industry, which makes sense to go to the States and build that. But what do you think Canada can do to kind of change that or evolve in that sector?
So I'm trying to remember a post I saw. I don't even want to say the Instagram name because I feel like I'm going to get it wrong, but I'll tag them if I remember. But the post said Canada ranks like 7th in terms of like the music industry. However, we only ranked 7th because the space needed to be filled. Like, it's not even like we worked hard and deserved that position. It's just because they were like, oh, we need someone for 7th place, and they just picked Canada. So it's like, there's not a lot of investments here in the music industry.
Next question, though. What would you tell your kids? What would you tell them is the Canadian dream? What would be the quote that you would give them? What would be your advice?
My advice?
Yeah. As the Canadian dream, not the American dream, the Canadian dream.
All races are supposed to be equal. So you work hard as every other race you see and try to make it. I don't know, something like that.
You remember when you were younger? I don't know about you, but when my parents used to tell me certain things when I was younger, they used to say stuff like, oh, you better be grateful because I used to grow up in the country area. I used to grow up on donkeys, jump on donkeys to go to school. I used to not have shoes or socks and walk barefoot and stuff like that.
You used to go up the hill.
And it's such a hard knock life.
I didn't have shoes.
Right?
Blah, 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 yeah.
So I would tell them the Canadian dream is to be yourself and grow and thrive in the country as much as you can. If there's any kind of bumps in the road, you can always turn to me as a
I thought of it. You know what is
there.
a Canadian, like what helps everyone achieve the Canadian dream? The government does give a lot of us benefits and aid so that we can get that help to be equal. So
Elaborate.
So if you're less fortunate, there are options from the government to like send your kids to school, to send your kids to university.
Definitely.
Like you said, university for you, like in Jamaica, is not.
It definitely was not free.
Here, like there's options. So like people below a certain income level, they can get aid to go to school. So I feel like that for sure is a Canadian dream.
Definitely, I would say take advantage of the opportunity here, for sure.
Mr. Thompson, you think he made a good deal, a good decision becoming American?
Absolutely, because his family's there. That's a really good choice.
That
He's
alone.
thinking about his family to get that dual citizenship. But I don't want persons to feel like in Canada you cannot build that dream. You can. There is a dream here. You can
Do
be
you
anything
feel
you
like
want to
Khloe
be.
Kardashian would move here?
I would have to ask Tristan Thompson. I don't know if she would actually move here. Yeah. She built her life over there for so long, but then again, he built his life so long here. So it's up to them. That's their story.
Become a Brampton girl.
Yeah, but speaking of funds, though, I saw something online, and a woman won $60 million. Tell me how she won that money.
Lotto.
Lotto.
Lotto 649?
But guess what?
What?
Her husband dreamt about the numbers, and she used those numbers and picked the numbers for her winning ticket. And she won $60 million. They're still together. They're married.
Okay.
So now I want to know, would you split that money in half if you won $60 million?
If we're married, why do I have to split it?
What if you guys are not married?
What do you mean if we're not married? Why am I splitting it
So,
if we're not married?
say, for example, your boyfriend said, hey, Izzy, you know what? I had a dream. That Martin Luther King kind of shit. And kind of give you literally the numbers. And you went in, picked those numbers, and you won $60 million. Would you split that in half?
How much did I win?
60 million.
60?
$60 million. You wouldn't split it in half? Half. 30 mil for him, 30 mil for you.
Who bought the ticket?
You bought the ticket. But he gave you the numbers. He had a dream.
Who went to the store?
But he gave you the numbers,
went
girl.
to the store?
And who purchased it? You, girl. You purchased it. But he gave you the numbers. He helped you to win that ticket.
I'll give him $1 million.
1 million? How much would you... No, now I'm curious. How much would you actually give him?
No, I'll split it. Okay, wait. I have to ask, like, did he say these are the Lotto numbers, or are these, like, random numbers he dreamt about?
So far, so based on his dream, he didn't say that it was the Lotto numbers. He just had a dream about numbers. And the woman decided, hey, I'm going to use those numbers and purchase the ticket. And she won the Lotto.
I'll split it half. 60 mil, 30 mil each. I'll split it. But, like, yeah, I'll split it.
In half?
I'll split it in half.
Okay.
As long as he doesn't leave me after.
And that's your boyfriend. That's your boyfriend.
As long as he does not leave me after. Because you know how people switch up when they get money.
True.
So.
Would you switch up if you got some money?
No. But if he starts switching up.
How you feel like he would switch up? What do you think he would be doing?
Like.
Spending on other girls? Spending on other girls. Spending recklessly. Not investing.
That would be an issue. That would be a problem.
But you feel like he would spend on other girls?
I don't think he would, but that would be a problem.
The only way I would split it in half is if we're married. That's how I would split it. Only if we're married. Only if I know he's locked in and not going anywhere else. I'm not saying he wouldn't divorce me, but at least we're married and we have papers signed. And that's the only way I'll do it in half. So if it's my boyfriend, I'll give you some of the money, but it's not half.
How much?
If it's 60 mil, I'll probably give him about 25 mil. That's a lot of money, 25 mil.
You might as well give him half.
I'm not, actually, no, not even 25 mil. That's true because it's almost half. I'll give him about 5 to 10 mil. 5 to 10 mil. I'm not even playing. Yep, my boyfriend,
That's
5 to 10
rude.
mil.
That's
yep.
rude.
I bought the ticket. I didn't tell you to give me those numbers. You're getting 5 to 10 mil. Easy. And you go ahead and invest with that. And do whatever you have to do. How is that rude? How? He had a dream. I decided to buy the Lotto ticket. I probably didn't even tell him that I was going to get those Lotto ticket. And then when I finally win, of course, my boyfriend, and it depends on how long I'm with him. Imagine if it's 6 months we're in and I won $60 million.
Scrap the boyfriend. If it was me, if I told you I had a dream.
Oh, yeah, girl.
Half?
Okay, no, all right, no, but come on, girl, let's think about it. $60 million on the table. 60
Why are
mil.
you being greedy?
It's not even about greedy, but first of all, my family comes first. Their bread comes first. And it's
I
five of us.
The numbers.
5 of us. Girl, we have to split that between my family first. My mom's getting a nice house and my dad is getting a nice crib. Well, you come last, girl. You're getting probably 5 to 10 mil. But anyway. But no, if you gave me those numbers and I went and buy the lotto ticket, you'll get a good amount of money, but probably not half. I have so many friends. Like, I feel like I'm not going to split all of it for all of my friends, but I'll give them a little piece, you know, here and there.
I actually don't want to hear any more of this. I don't want to hear any more. All I know is I'm not telling you anything. I'm not telling you anything. If I win the lotto, I'm not even telling you.
You wouldn't even tell me.
You're getting blocked.
You wouldn't even give me some of the money?
Now that I know you're not giving me half, no.
You would not give me half?
Now that I know how you feel about me, where I come last in your life.
Okay, so...
No.
Who would you give half of the money to?
My family.
Okay.
Well, yeah, my family.
So how much would you give me?
I'll buy you a Subway sandwich.
Wow. And a Subway's about how much money?
$5 foot long.
Wild. So I give you the numbers and you're only buying me a Subway?
I feel insulted. I'm not giving her half anymore.
Just because I would not give you half of the money. Okay. Mm-hmm. No, but seriously though, if I want so much money, it would not be fair to give you half. Like, let's be honest.
Let's be honest. You would not have won if it weren't for me.
I mean, you would give me the numbers, but you would... Okay, when it comes out to the lotto, if you had a dream and you said, look, I had a dream that you're gonna win the lotto. Like, I had that dream and you gave me the numbers, then I'm gonna be like, But if you just had a random dream about numbers,
dream that
then
you were
that's
gonna
wild.
win the lotto, I would just play the lotto myself.
Facts. You see what I mean? That's exactly what I mean. So no, she's not getting half the money. No. As a matter of fact, I'm keeping all of it. You're getting a Subway sandwich too, girl. Anyway, but on to our next segment, actually. I saw something very interesting online, and it is all about relationship talk as well. We like to talk about relationships, and we like to get some kind of input. So I saw something online, and I just wanted to know, do you watch Zack and Cody?
No. Cartoon Network over Disney.
Yeah, I used to watch Disney a lot, so that's why I know about the sweet life of Zack and Cody. For those who don't know, they are twins who lived in Boston in a hotel, and Zack was known as the rebellious fun kid, while Cody was more reserved. He was very smart. He was to himself. I saw a quote, and it said, "Your attraction to toxic men started when you picked Zack over Cody." So, do you believe a toxic relationship can be avoided if you pick the good guy?
No.
Why do you think so?
Because if you're toxic yourself, it doesn't matter who you pick.
That's facts.
Yeah, like
I agree.
I could be toxic. I pick a good guy, and it's just.
But I feel like the bad guy kind of is a little bit more toxic than the good guy.
Girl?
No, not a toxic girl. So if I had to choose between the good guy and the bad guy, I'm going for the good guy. But I'm not saying that the good guy would not be toxic, because he comes with his own traits. He can come with a whole lot of baggage that no one knows about.
Listen, I did see something online. It said something like, it's a myth that good guys can't be toxic. Good guys can be toxic. Good guys can be like manipulative. They can be gaslighters.
They can be very insecure. And that could be very toxic. That could be something that's brought like a burden on your shoulder for no reason.
Yeah, so anyone can be toxic.
Anyone at all. But I'm picking the good guy. I'm not picking the bad guy. I love good men.
If one of your friends seduced one of your, let's say you're dating someone, they're a good man, and one of your friends seduced them.
That's not my friend then. Why are you seducing my guy?
It doesn't matter about the girl.
Yeah.
You don't think he's sleeping with her? Yes, he is.
No.
Yes,
no.
He is. Yeah.
Hold on. Is this my man, or is this a guy who's interested in me?
He's
my man?
He's a good guy.
He's a good guy and he's my man?
Okay, if he's good, he wouldn't do it. You're right.
I feel like guys have sense. They know that they're not supposed to try and hit the friend.
Good guys.
Yeah, they know the books. They understand it. Yeah. And if she's trying to holler at my guy, that's not my friend. That's a girl who's trying to ruin something at that point. So, I mean, she has to get cut off, and he has to get a pre if he decides to talk to her. But I know if you have sense, you're not going to look that way, period. Period.
You're right.
Yeah. Have you experienced something like that before, where a girl actually check out your man? That's wild, girl.
Listen! This girl... I'm pretty sure she tried to sleep with every single guy I've ever been with.
Wow.
Some of them probably did sleep with her. So, yeah, they're toxic. But she's toxic. Friends can be toxic. Women can be toxic. Men can be toxic. I don't think toxic is just for men. I think anyone can be toxic.
I think women and men can be toxic. But if I'm supposed to choose a bad guy versus a good guy, I'm picking the good guy. Yeah, any day.
A good guy, if that person went after a good guy that I have, I don't think the good guy would entertain it.
Why do you think so?
You don't... But
Why do you think the good guy would not entertain one of your
if
friends?
he's good, he's not going to.
So in that scenario with your friend, do you feel like the guys entertained her?
Yeah,
they entertained her?
but they weren't good guys.
So every guy you've been with was a bad guy?
I did have a phase.
You had a phase with the bad
I
guys?
had a phase.
Okay. And are you into bad guys or are you
No,
into
but that's
good
because
guys?
I had, like, in my head, I don't feel like I'm the easiest to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that only they could handle me.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, that's a myth.
That is a big myth.
Yeah.
That is. So you feel like bad guys can only handle you?
No. Stop saying feel as in present. No.
Yeah. At the time you felt
When I was
like
younger.
you felt like they could actually handle you.
But they couldn't.
So that's why.
But they couldn't.
Why do you feel like they couldn't handle you?
They couldn't.
Why do you feel so?
I plead the
So you feel like the good guys can actually handle you?
You know what? It's not. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Why do you think so? Now I need to hear this. Why do you think the good guys can actually handle you? What is it that you feel like they couldn't handle?
Because it's not about good versus bad. It's just about, like, your character. If you're a strong man, it doesn't matter if you're good or bad.
Have you ever felt like good guys are weak? I know a lot of girls feel that way.
No. A lot of the bad guys I was with was weak.
Yeah.
They were bitches.
Facts. And I actually think the bad guys are the weak ones, in my opinion.
So that is why I'm over that phase.
Yeah. So, moving on to my next question that I have. So I saw something else online. Wife sounds better than girlfriend, but single sounds better than stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why do you think so?
Okay, here's what it is. Wife is better than girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
However, a lot of women, because all they think about is that wife title.
Yeah.
They accept any type of behavior just to graduate from, like, girlfriend to wife.
Mm-hmm.
So wife is better, but because women, like, feel like that's, like, the only thing in life to go after, not all women, some women, they accept anything.
Let me tell you something. Wife sounds better than girlfriend. However, I know a lot of wives who are very unhappy. They wish they can get out of a situation, but it's either they feel like they can't, or they just feel like they will feel unhappy if they're alone. Now, the quote says single sounds better than stupid. I know a lot of girls who feel stupid whenever they're single. Because
sounds better. What?
Single sounds better than stupid, meaning you'd rather be single than to look stupid in a relationship. I know a lot of persons who are single and still feel stupid because they might catch feelings for a guy that they're involved with, but they can't get wifed up, for example. Or it could be a scenario where, they're single, they're mingling, but they're just unhappy. They're just talking to multiple people, but that one person can't settle down with them. So in that case, do you feel stupid?
If you're single, okay, but if you're single, like, are you chasing one person or are you just enjoying single life?
There are persons who enjoy the single life, and then you have persons who are single and chase that one person who just won't settle down with them. I mean...
That's stupid.
I would never call anyone stupid, but...
No, but, like, if you're single, enjoy your single life. Why are you chasing... If the word chase implies that the person is running from you. So why are you chasing someone who doesn't want you?
In that case, no. You never chase a person who does not want you. But in this
case is.
Definitely. But whenever you're single, sometimes whenever you're single and you're talking to a guy, what do you think happens? You're talking to that guy. You're bonding with that guy. What do you think is happening?
If you're single and you're talking to a guy, you're single and you're talking to the guy. Like, nothing.
What do you think happens? What do you think the repercussions are? Don't you feel like you're going to catch feelings? Don't you feel like that D's so amazing to the point where you feel like there's feelings involved? You have girls who think that way and then you feel dumb. A lie?
You just have to be smart, whether you're a wife or a girlfriend, and then there won't be a stupid option. Like, you can be a wife and not look stupid, and you can be a girlfriend and not look stupid. You just have to be smart and put yourself first and think logically.
Facts. But who are you listening to?
Okay, so 3M French, he's a Toronto artist. He's supposed to release something. He's been teasing at a new single coming out in, like, the next few weeks. So I've been listening to his old stuff. Right now I have Examples on repeat. So that's 3M French.
I actually want to put a big shout out to someone. His name is Sheffy. Sheffy, your album is bomb. Now, one of my favorite genre is trap. And one thing I've always said about trap is not what you say, it's how you say it. It's all about your pronunciation and also your enunciation. But this guy, he is storytelling. He has so many songs that I really like. His intro, which is Avenue, I really liked. He also had another song with Black of the Dawn. Shout out to Blacka. It's called On Neck. It was so good. December featuring Pilla B. It's so good as well. Potent was really good. The fact that I can list the names of the songs from his album should show you that I have that on repeat. Sheffy needs to get on here.
Yeah.
So
Sheffy is definitely one of those artists who I feel like is underrated.
Yes.
So like 3M French, yeah, he gets that recognition. Like when people think of Toronto music, they know 3M French is up there. Academics has been on live with like 3M French. So he's up there. Sheffy, he's underrated.
Very, very
he
underrated.
He needs to like get up there. Like people
very
need
underrated.
to learn about Sheffy.
Very underrated. And that album is really, really good. He was storytelling and I learned a lot from that album. So he deserves a big shout out for sure. But we're moving on to the games.
Your favorite section.
And the thing is, it's all going to be about you. A lot of questions about you. So it is called Izzy Pleads the Fifth. So if you do not want to answer a question, you can always say, I plead the fifth. So the first question is going to be, have you ever had a rebellious moment in high school and what was that like?
In high school, I was a really good girl.
Okay.
Honor roll, everything. Like I was a nerd in high school. Was I rebellious? I wasn't as rebellious as I was in like university. Like first year university.
What made you rebellious in university? What do you think it was? Has a rebellious moment?
I plead the fifth for that one.
Because I was gonna say I didn't have a rebellious moment in university.
I plead the fifth.
You plead the fifth.
You never university?
I was not. No, I did my work. I went to work, went straight home. Never.
Okay, when
I
did
didn't
you
even
have?
go to
When
parties.
did you have?
And I went to York University, and I did not have a rebellious moment at all.
How the hell did I find time to be rebellious? I went to U of T, and if you know U of T, you know U of T downtown campus, St. George campus was like.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it was because that campus was so strict. Is strict the right word?
If
so
they
I
were
was like,
strict,
so
it's the
in my
right
head, I
word.
was like, this cannot be university life, and I was like, you know, let me just push the boundaries.
But what were you doing? I didn't even have time to go to parties or anything. I was just so caught up in studying and getting everything done. It was just almost impossible for me to even.
How was your university? I want to actually talk about how was your university life, like school, like studies wise.
It was normal. It was normal. I went to school. I went to classes. I studied at home. It was normal.
University was hard for me.
It was difficult, but I wouldn't say it was very hard.
It was really hard because, okay, so for me, I was in, okay, yeah, I don't want to take away from your game, but I was in honor roll in high school. I'd never studied or anything. But in university, you really have to study.
Yeah.
So I thought going into university, I was like, this is going to be like high school. I'm just going to get honor roll. I'm just going to get like 4.0, blah, blah, blah. No.
Yeah.
And because I didn't study in high school, I had no studying habits.
Mm-hmm.
So I struggled. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Everyone struggled.
So that's probably why I was also rebellious in university. Because I was just frustrated.
Oh, interesting.
I know, right?
Well, I went straight to class and straight home. And I did that for about 4 years. So
okay. We graduated,
that was my
though.
thing. Definitely, girl. You have to. So the next question I have is, did you ever have a high school crush?
No.
Never?
No.
Not even one?
Remember I told you I was a nerd in high school? Like, I really...
In high school? I feel like everyone had that one high school crush.
No.
Everyone has... Did you even ever have a crush?
I had a high school boyfriend.
You had a boyfriend, but did you have a crush? A guy that you saw very attractive, but you just weren't with him?
No.
No. Wow.
No. You had one?
Yeah, I had a crush.
Say his
I
name.
don't know. I would never say his name.
Yeah, no,
But I had a crush, and he was crushing back, but it was a crush.
Okay, big man. Yeah,
Who didn't have a crush?
Me.
Wow. Yeah, I had a crush, and he crushed back. Yeah, in high school.
I'm not even gonna ask how that went.
Okay. And puberty, from puberty up until now, did you have a moment where you were unattractive and then you glowed up, and then there's a guy that just came into your life when you glowed up?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Do tell.
My DMs now, like, it'd be like, say a word, that's you. Like, it'd be like...
Your DMs?
My DMs, like, they find me on Instagram.
Oh, really?
And they'll be like, say a word, this is, you know, mini Izzy. Like, say a word, this is Izzy, all grown up. Or like, you're a big girl now. Okay, I see you.
They ever made a comment like, hey, back in high school, you probably were popping, girl, but now you're
okay,
just
they never said that. But clearly by them saying, say a word, I was not. No, high school was not it.
Okay. And what's the sneakiest thing you've ever did and your parents did not find out?
I feel like they found out everything. Because my dad is the type to have dreams.
Dreams.
You know how Jamaican parents have dreams?
My parents didn't have dreams.
I
They
feel
didn't,
like
but I've heard those ones before.
Every Jamaican parent, like if you can't even hide a pregnancy or anything. Not that I was pregnant, but if you can't even hide it pregnant because they'll be like, oh, I had a dream of a fish, and like fish dreams mean pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
My dad had dreams all the time, so he always got me.
Yeah.
I don't think I got it with anything.
Have you ever done anything rebellious and they found out?
Yeah.
They found out though?
Yep. They did.
They found out.
Our relationship has grown. We've come far. It was rocky. It's really rocky.
Okay. Interesting.
Not you?
Only one time.
What is it?
What?
What'd you do? Say it. Say it.
It was one time though, but...
What'd you do?
Nah, I'm keeping that one to myself still. It was one time, and I got caught, and I did get punished for it when I was really, really young. But now I'm older. You know, me and my people were so tight. They just understand who I am, you know? So, yeah. Everyone has that phase, girl, where you've done something and your parents found out.
Yeah, that was a bad phase for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But, you know, we're close now. I think it makes you closer with your parents.
Absolutely it does. So, let's close it out.
Make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share. Make sure you comment your favorite parts.
Mm-hmm. And that's it.
That is it, folks.